What's up, YouTube? And today we're talking about the differences between Football Fusion and Legendary Football. Like, there's major differences in each game. Like, I don't know why people say it's the exact same game. No, it's not. You can be sped all you want to. Those scripts might have similar things to it, but the gameplay is definitely not close to being the same. And if you Football Fusion players that played LF, notice what you should, if you're old generation LF players, you should notice that this game is nowhere close to being the same as Football Fusion. Definitely in gameplay. Like, I don't know why people said that. I mean, it's because it has the same stadium. It doesn't mean it's the same scripts and stuff. Like, kicking is different, quarterbacking is different, power is different, the teams are different, everything is different. Like, what is the same besides the field? There's not the stadium and the field is the only same thing that's the same in Legendary Football and Football Fusion. Like, because since y'all think everything is the same, I know some people have common sense and know this game is not the exact same as Legendary Football. Even when Legendary Football didn't break, there's no similarities to this game in Legendary Football. Like, there's literally big differences. Scoreboard is different. The loading screen GUIs are different. They might have like the same way you load in by same scripts, but the colors and stuff are different to it, so it's not exactly the same. That's the loading GUI and scoreboard GUI is obviously a change. Quarterback power is obviously a change. Football Fusion quarterback power is different than Legendary Football quarterback power. So, and we obviously know if you're a wide receiver in this game that that the catching is way different in this game than in Legendary Football. Like, I don't know why people think everything is the same. It really ain't. You gotta have common sense. Some scripts might be the same, but this game is not the exact same as Legendary Football. Like, y'all gotta do better. Especially with the stuff y'all say. Cause if this game was the exact same as Legendary Football, like, I mean, like, from script to script, everything's the same, scoreboard same, loading GUI screen same, gameplay same, and quarterbacking the same. If everything was the same, this game would literally get copyrighted. And that is no cap. This game can get literally copyrighted and it could get deleted. I might even have to go in detail for each thing because people think this thing is not the same. I might have to go to detail because and obviously none of this is the same. None of this is close to being the same. And we obviously know there's obviously one button that's not on this game. It was never on this game when it began, got created. It was the fix button. The fix button never needed to be created because this game never breaks. The fix button on Legendary Football was always there because the game would always break somehow. And now that it broke entirely, there's nothing we can do. And since Cowboy got banned from Roblox, so even if he probably did get unbanned, he won't be able to fix it because there's too many bugs in Legendary Football. Just like that new game called whatever it was called, Football Champions. That game already has 15 bugs in it. Right? I don't know. I don't even know how that's even possible for a new game. Even if it's in work in progress, 15 bugs should not happen. All right, in like one time. Right? So that's why Legendary Football is not so well functioning. If Football Fusion and Legendary Football were created at the exact same time, you guys would totally know the differences. Like, for real. No fix button, scoreboard different, catching is different, quarterbacking is different. Power is on the right side over here. And since power and the power is different, so the power scripts are different. Like, there's so many differences in this game for y'all to say this game is the exact same thing as Legendary Football. Y'all can do better. If you're gonna say it's the same as Legendary Football, at least get more than like one or two things, like the stadium. That's literally like one thing that's the same, exact same. Because I don't see like no major differences in like when I mean by major differences, I mean by like gameplay differences. The gameplay is definitely not the same. Diamond knows that. He's just trying to say that because he's trying to bring Football Champions up. And I'm glad he's trying to help them out, but he knows good and well as I do that this game is definitely not an exact replica of Legendary Football. And I might actually show you guys how to pop people. It's easy to pop people. Literally, if someone is about to dog you, you have to jump at the exact same time they do, so you can pop and go for the ball at the exact same angle they do, so you can pop them. But back onto the subject of the video, this game is definitely not the same as Legendary Football. You guys can say all you want. This game is nowhere close. Like, I'm sorry if you think it's close to being the same. You don't know your history, right? This game is nowhere close to being exactly like Legendary Football. It has less bugs, more fixes, and maybe better mints too. So I don't know what you consider is actually different in Legendary Football. Also, isn't it obvious? Isn't this an obvious difference? Football Fusion has a practice now. Legendary Football doesn't have a practice, and I'm not talking about that stupid Legendary game that you can go for that gets you better at Legendary Football. That game does not count as a practice because the way you catch is auto. You catch auto in that game, and since you catch auto in that game, it can't help you get better at catching in Legendary Football. And I might show you all of what I mean. And I'm pretty sure you guys should know what I mean by that. If you guys don't know what it means, I'll probably show you later in the video. Because, or what game it is. Because it literally can't help you. The only thing that can help you with on that game is by quarterbacking, because the quarterback powers are the exact same. But the see, I pop every time. See, but the wide receiver skills, you can't they don't help you with wide receiver because it's auto. So that's why Football Fusion is better in practice and gameplay. Because when you practice on Football Fusion, it ain't auto, and so you can actually get better at the game. It's funny how I pop this man every time, because I know that there's a trick that you can do to pop hit somebody every time, right? And no one knows that trick. Because if you jump at the exact same time, like this, watch that. Oh, it didn't work this time. It didn't work this time. But like this, because see how I jumped at the exact same time he did there? He would pop, but since I was on his head, I don't think it got to his arms, and it didn't pop him. See? it would have popped them right there, but it's alright. Anyways, there's a solution. There's gotta be a solution to this. Y'all gotta not be saying this game is the exact as legendary football. If y'all can give me more than one difference besides the stadium, then maybe I'll consider it. I'll maybe consider it that this game might be close, but I only see one difference in this game is in the stadium, right? Stadiums are the exact same thing, right? So I don't count stadiums. Maybe the stuff around it, like the markers and pylons, those are the same. That counts as the stadium. So that does also. Don't be saying stupid little things like that. That don't count. That's part of the stadium. Don't say the locker rooms. That's part of the stadium. Don't say the lights. Don't say the stupid stuff. The little things. You guys know this. The exact same. Like, don't be saying literally the markers, the yards on the field, like stupid stuff like that. Like stupid things like that. That's just gonna tick me off, and you just making yourself sound dumb. Because I literally mentioned it already like multiple times in the video. So if you're gonna say something that has common sense. Like something that can actually make the game that's similar. Something similar to the legendary football. And saying the stadium once again, I'm just gonna remind you one time, it's just gonna make yourself look dumb. I literally mentioned it like 4 or 5 times in this video. Alright. The practice game for legendary football, I'm pretty sure it's called legendary football practice, but it really doesn't help you in wide receiver terms. You're good like wide receiver terms, it's bad. Because it's bad because it's auto, like I said before. Like, if you gonna do something to help the game, someone be get better at the game, you need to make it where the game is actually similar. Like in that practice, the legendary football practice, just catching is definitely not similar. When you dive is not similar. So yeah, how is that helping you get better at defense and wide receiver, quarterback? Maybe the powers are the same. Or the powers on there are the same there. So that's fine. But the wide receiver terms, it's not. And they need to do better there. I know they can do better there. And the game hasn't even been touched in so long, so they're not. So it doesn't matter now. It really don't matter because it's been a year since like legendary football got shut down. Not shut down, but it just don't work. And it's not as good. In the practice, it's basically useless because you can't play the game. Not many people can play the game now without the game crashing for no reason. So that's all I'm gonna say about that legendary football practice. Unless you can prove me wrong that this game might not be the same, then go ahead and drop your comments. Then go ahead and drop your comments on what I missed in the description, not description, just drop your comments in the comment section on what I didn't touch on because I know I might have missed a few things because I'm just trying to get out of this video quickly. I know I probably repeated the most of the same things. we might see if we can if I can get some more facts on Football Fusion and Legendary Football later. The more similarities and differences. But right now, that's all I got because I don't see anything else that can be different. So I'll say it one more time. Major differences in this game: the gameplay, the way you catch, the way you quarterback, the power on quarterback. There's too many things that's different on this game that you guys should not be missing here. The way you catch, the way you quarterback, the kicking is way different. So we know this. Kicking is way different. Kicking is way different on this game because people literally hate kicking now because it's so people don't like it now. So I don't know why. As usual, people miss the simple stuff. Like I don't know how people can miss the gameplay, the way you quarterback, the power quarterback, the kicking, the practice field, the fade machine, stuff like the practice game. Practice game. I'm not gonna say fade machine because it counts as practice, but stuff like that. There's really like major differences in the game. The seconds to throw is definitely a new thing now. So please don't miss that. Don't miss the new the milk thing. I didn't mention these earlier, so now I'm starting to come out with new things that are different. So if you think this game is the exact same as Football Fusion, I mean, not Football Fusion, Legendary Football, then you have issues. There's too many differences that you are missing clearly, right? And if you're if this makes it worse, and if you are a Legendary Football player, you should know that this game is definitely not close to being the same in gameplay. So that's all the differences I know now in this game. So what about the similarities? The only similarities I see is the freaking field. The field is the same in the stadium. I might just say the stadium because the stadium is connected to the field. So I'm just say stadium. That's the only thing that's the same. Like what is different? Scoreboard is different. The loading GUI is different. The teams are not exactly the same anymore because they have different team names now, different uniforms. So no, everything on Legendary Football and Football Fusion is way different. The teams are different on here now. So if you say the teams are the same, you're literally sped. All right, they might have the same team names, but team jerseys and stuff, no, don't say that. You're literally sped. All right. So that's probably going to conclude the end of the video because I done been in the description about everything. I'm pretty sure if I didn't touch something, to let me know because I'm pretty sure I touched everything. I might go through it one more time before to call it a night because just in case people didn't understand one thing. All right, so let's start again. Loading GUI. The one on Legendary Football is blue. If you go check it out, it's blue. The one on Football Fusion is orange, just like the time. Times on Legendary Football are also blue. On Football Fusion, it's orange. Not rocket science. The teams, they're not exactly the same anymore. Different uniform, different teams. Some teams are different, have different team names. The only thing that's really the same about the scoreboard is this right here, and the little markers and play clock. Everything else is different. So that's it. That's the end of the scoreboard. Let's talk about the field. No, not the field. The gameplay. See how the power is on the right side and not the left side like it is on Legendary Football, and the powers on here are not the same. Oh, and don't forget that the max power you can get on Football Fusion is 95. So please don't forget that difference. Please don't forget that difference. Don't forget that the max power that you can get is 95. Simple differences that people are clearly missing. They're literally saying this game is the exact replica. No, it's not. Not exact. Might be a replica, but not exact replica. Told you what can happen if your game is literally copying someone else's game. You can get in trouble. So, anyways, why do you think XSTNs made everything different? Some of the stuff might have the same scripts, but everything is not really the same. So, anyways, back onto the scoreboard or whatever I was talking about. No, yeah, I was talking about quarterback. Power is different. Power is on the other side now, and the max you can get is 95. So don't forget that. Don't forget that. Just the simple things. Don't forget simple things. It's not rocket science. These are just the simple things. In Legendary Football and Football Fusion, quarterback is different. The max you can go is 95. Can't get 100 no more because that's changed. Now let's talk about the little stats thing over here. Stats are the same. That's one thing that you can say I might let that slide. That might be the same, exactly the same. Stats might be exactly the same. Global is the same. I might leave that as the same. Those are the only two things I'm leaving stats that are the same. Voting, same three places. These two I can say are the same. Stores kind of different. Options maybe a little bit different. Controls, I think that might be close to being the same on Legendary Football. And this is obviously different. None of this was there on Legendary Football. Especially time to throw. Time to throw is way new, way added this year. Literally added like a month ago. So don't say that all this is the exact same. And not to mention that these buttons down here, X and E, block and dive, are new ways for noobs to know how to play the game better. Stop saying this game is the exact same as Legendary Football. It's not. Please. Really. It's really not hard. But people do it anyway because they have no common sense and they don't know nothing. Literally got to break down everything because people don't understand the major differences. That's there. Even the quarterback, when you say to throw, it's got the buttons there. Let me see. See, when you quarterback, you have handoff, slide, R to power up, F to power down, like this, or this. So, and I'm pretty sure you know how to X to handoff and V to slide. You gotta pass the line of scrimmage to slide also as well. Anyways, you guys should know these differences in that terms. Also, it turns into block and dive. E to dive. You know your differences. It's literally the simple things that y'all are missing. Oh, and you know what? I forgot to mention the coin toss. The buttons are bigger. The buttons are different in Legendary Football. The coin is different. The coin is probably the same, actually. The coin I'm going to leave out of this. But the buttons are different. The buttons are different in the coin toss. So you need it. So I don't know what y'all missing the simple things. Coin toss is literally almost way different. And that's just the beginning of the game. And let's talk about the new voting. Time to throw, fumble chance. That stuff is different. The fumble chance is way lower than before, and the pop chance is higher now because I know how to pop people now. You literally can, if you literally do a jump, if you jump the same time at the same time they do, and then at an angle, the opposite angle of them, you can pop them every time. But people don't know how to do that yet, like me. As you see, as earlier, if you watch, I popped the guy 4 times. So yes, everything is different. The voting is different. So now that I explained the scoreboard, the leaderboard, the voting machine, stats, store options, controls, etc., server, all that. The only thing that I didn't explain was the practices. The practices for Football Fusion can actually help you get better at the game. It's not auto like the Legendary Football one is. And the second thing that's so sped about the Legendary Football one, you have to leave the game for Legendary Football to go to the practice server. When all you gotta do is type this. I'm not gonna hit enter because I don't want to go there. I forgot how it worked. I literally forgot. I literally forgot how to work. I haven't did it in so long. I literally forgot how to do in practice. Oh well. It's not a big deal now. Because I haven't did it in so long. I haven't been in practice mode in a while, besides for the kicking update in my other video. I think it's join something. I forgot. I'm not going to type it. Join server practice? I forgot. I literally forgot. I just had a brain fart. I don't even remember. Alright, anyway guys, I just had a brain fart about practice. I'll figure it out later. But you guys know what I mean. You literally can just type the little command, go to practice, without even closing the game, and then having to wait another few seconds to open the other game, and also 2 or 3 minutes to load it to go find the other game. So yeah. So yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean about the practices. The practices are way better. The FF practice is way better, and I think you guys will enjoy the FF practice because it's easier to join. It helps you actually get better at the game. At kicking now, even XSDNs took time to add kicking for y'all because y'all were complaining about kicking. What next? I know y'all mad about the stats reset, but y'all need to get over it. Because if you keep letting the same people have the same stats, you'll never pass them because they play every day. That's why he resetted the stats. He didn't reset the stats for no reason. He reset the stats so he can give people a chance to get global. And some people don't even appreciate that, and they complaining about the old stats. So anyways, everything in FF is basically an upgrade of what it would be on Legendary Football. That's what you can say. Yeah, so you guys know what I mean by the practices and stuff. So I think that's it. I think I explained the GUIs, the loading GUIs, the scoreboard, the little stuff over here, the little buttons down here that help the noobs. This is basically Legendary Football V2, if you want to be technical. Because it's way better than the first one, alright? It's because it has less bugs, and it's not broke. So anyways, guys, that's going to be the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember, if I did miss anything, put it in the comments, and I'll try to explain to you what the difference is between whatever you posted in the comments. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And after this catch I make over Snick, the video will end.
I think of you whenever I'm alone, so please don't go. 'Cause I don't ever wanna know Don't ever wanna see things change, 'cause when I'm living on my own,